heaven, West Virginia.
Part two now of my conversation with former Secretary of State and Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton. Clinton has pointed to Russian influence, a late October reopening of the FBI investigation into her private email server, and her own infamous comment about deplorables as contributing to her loss in 2016. The defeat is made more painful, she says, by the events and divisions that have followed, and by what still may be ahead.
If I were a betting person right now, I say Trump is going to run again. I mean, he seems to be setting himself up to do that. And if he's not held accountable, then he gets to do it again. I think that could be the end of our democracy. Not to be too, pointed about it, but I want people to understand that this is a make or break point. If he were, or someone of his ilk, were once again to be elected president, and if especially he had a Congress that would do his bidding, you will not recognize our country.
So given everything you've just described, do you ever have moments of responsibility or even guilt about what's happened?
Of course, because I tried to warn people. I tried to make the case that this was really dangerous. The people he was allied with, what they were saying, what he might do. And I do think, but for Jim Comey and the stunt he pulled 10 days before the election, I would have won. I feel terrible about not stopping him and the people around him. But I feel like now everybody can see for themselves what kind of leader he is. And clearly there were people who liked what they saw, despite what I see as the real dangers to our country. They turned out and voted for him. And he's trying to get it set up so that will happen again for him, even if he loses, as he did twice, the popular vote.
So what do you see as the state of the Democratic Party right now?
I think that it is a time for some careful thinking about what wins elections, and not just in deep blue districts where a Democrat and a liberal Democrat or so-called progressive Democrat is going to win. I understand why people want to argue for their priorities. That's what they believe they were elected to do. So, look, I'm all about having vigorous debate. I think it's good, and it gives people a chance to be part of the process. But at the end of the day, it means nothing if we don't have a Congress that will get things done, and we don't have a White House that we can count on to be sane and sober and stable and productive.
All right, guys, that video is over, and I want to show to you guys just so you can see how insane this woman is. She's on a complete different universe compared to the rest of us on Earth. She still is spouting this lie that Russian collusion is the reason she lost the 2016 election. The fact is, the only evidence that came up on Russian collusion was a Steele dossier, which she funded and had made. And she knows this. She's spouting lies as usual, and she still gets to go on these news networks and be put on social media when she's spouting lies. I don't even understand it. It's getting crazy. And I found this news article about her that scared the hell out of me. Now, she's been all over the news lately, and I'm not sure why. I've been suspicious. But this news article right here scared the hell out of me. Not only that, it confirmed my suspicion. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Now, this article is from PJ Media. Hillary for president in 2024. It could happen. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm scared as hell of that idea that she'll be running for president again. Especially after what happened in 2020. She has a real good chance of winning. Especially if the same shenanigans happens again in 2024 that happened in 2020. That scares the hell out of me. But there's more to this article. Jason Miller, who is the CEO of Gettr and a former Trump advisor, actually has come up with that idea that he believes she's running for president, and he'll give his reasons why in this part of the segment of the article. By the time the 2024 election rolls around, Hillary will be 77, but Joe Biden, if he is still around with us as much as he is right now, will be nearly 82. And Kamala Harris will still be as obviously unfit to be president of the United States as she is now. Even if by then she hasn't served some time, heaven help us, in the Oval Office. The Democrat bench, as Stacey Lennox recently detailed, is even weaker. So why not Hillary? After all, she maintained that she won the election in 2016 in the first place. She clearly believes that she can defeat Trump if he is indeed the Republican nominee, and again, in her view, in 2024. The time might be right for Hillary. A new poll has a humiliating low 22% of Americans and 37% of Democrats want Biden to run again in 2024. Meanwhile, only 12% and 16% of Democrats want Kamala Harris to be the Democrat standard bearer in the next presidential election. And who comes after that? Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, who enjoyed a long unannounced vacation as the supply chain crisis spiraled out of control. Gavin Newsom, the authoritarian governor of the California of SSSR. Stacey Abrams, who works against the people of her own state for the sake of woke posturing against Georgia's voter integrity laws. Now, Jason Miller made some pretty good points on why he thinks that Hillary Clinton's going to be running for president. I don't disagree with him, but he made one point further down in an article. I had a link down in the bottom of the description area so you can check it out for yourself. But the point he made is her issues in 2016 with being considered human, she couldn't connect with anybody. So the media and her staff tried to humanize her as much as they could, but it just didn't work out for her. And that's why I believe a lot of the reasons why she didn't win the presidency, because people looked at her and saw her as fake. Kind of like they look at Kamala Harris now and be like, and she's worse than Hillary Clinton. She's faker than hell. And that's how people looked at Hillary Clinton in 2016. Well, when she went on that TV show and decided to read her speech from 2016 when she was supposed to win the presidency, and she started crying and bawling, that changed everything. It made her look human to people. And the media definitely pushed that as well. And even the media is actually pushing the idea of Hillary Clinton running for president in 2024. So, guys, I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump part 2 in 2024. I could be wrong, though. Please comment down on the bottom. Let me know what you think. Don't forget, hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Peace.